Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sean here, and today we're going to be rebuilding the San Francisco 49ers and taking a look at this roster. Honestly, it looks like it has less talent on it than the Browns do. So I think this is probably going to be the hardest rebuild I've had to do yet. So there's a lot of things that need to get done. There's a few trades I'm going to make, mostly for picks. So I'll get working on that, and I'll come back with you guys when I've got that worked out. So with our first trade, we're going to be sending Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed, and Jaquiski Tartt to the Browns for their first-round picks this year and next year. With our next trade, we're going to be sending Blaine Gabbert and Joe Staley to the Jets for their first-round picks this year and next year. With our next trade, we're going to be sending Torrey Smith, Andre Tiller, and Christian Ponder to the Texans for their first-round picks this year and next year. And with this trade, we're sending Carlos Hyde, Vance McDonald, and Gerald Hodges to the Giants for their first-round picks this year and next year. And I think there's one more trade I want to make. Yeah, I was wrong. There's like at least one more after this. But anyway, Jeremy Curley, Ahmad Brooks, and Jimmy Ward to the Bengals for their first-round picks. And then there's either one or two more, though. With this trade, we're sending Tremaine Brock straight up to the Bears for Cody Whitehair. He's going to be our center for the time being. We may need to upgrade him at some point or get a better center at some point, but we shall see how it goes. I think this is probably the last trade I'm going to make, and part of it is just dumping off some of these contracts. Oh, why do the Bears like Tank Carradine now? That actually might, yeah, it's just they don't actually like him. But I'm going to find a trade for these guys real quick, and then send it to the midseason. So for whatever reason, the Saints wanted to give me Michael Thomas for these three guys, so I will absolutely take that. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the midseason now. So here at the midseason mark, somehow we're 2-5. I don't know how. I signed Johnny Manziel to be the starting quarterback. But taking a look at XP, I mean, okay, DeForest Buckner's doing pretty well, looks like. But we do have 9 players to re-sign. And I think Phil Dawson was the best. Yeah, okay. Probably not going to worry about him. Probably not going to worry about any of these guys, actually. Yeah, definitely not. So I'm not going to re-sign any of these guys, but I will scout some players and then go ahead and go to the playoffs, which we will not make. So actually, where are we? Yeah, we're in last, but we're actually not even out of it yet. We could still potentially win the division. So here at the playoffs, we end up going 3-13. So that's nice. Let's take a look at XP. Offense looked like it sucked. Defense, DeForest Buckner at least had a nice year. It looks like, let's take a look at stats and see just how bad we were. Johnny Manziel, 3,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, 18 picks. Rushing, Mike Davis, I don't even know who that is. Well, he led the team with 700 yards and 5 touchdowns. Johnny Manziel, second on the team in rushing. That's kind of funny. Receiving, Rod Streeter actually led the team. 900 yards, 4 touchdowns. Michael Thomas in second. 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Blocking, I'm sure, was horrendous. Oh, God. Yeah, just absolutely terrible. Defense, Eli Harold led the team in tackles with 156. Tackles for loss, led by Quentin Dial with 5. And sacks, led by Eric Armstead with 9.5. DeForest Buckner had 6. Picks goes to Marcus Cromartie with 3. And Rashard Robinson had 2. Do we have any touchdowns? I highly doubt it. No, we did not. All right, let's take a look at awards. I'm quite sure no 49ers won anything. And, yeah, I'm not even going to look at Coach of the Year because there's just no way. NFC, are there any 49ers? No. Defensive? No. Offensive rookie? I don't think we even... Oh, we did. Michael Thomas, that's right. Well, he came in 9th. Defensive rookie. Okay, that's surprising, actually. DeForest Buckner did not even come in the top 10. It's very surprising to me. But let's go ahead now and move on to the offseason. So I'm currently at the draft. I didn't do anything in the offseason up until now. This is the first trade I'm making. I'm sending one of my first-round picks, a third and a fifth, to the Cowboys for Zach Martin and Travis Frederick. Now, Martin will... Well, actually, I might put him at tackle. Frederick will stick at center, and I'll move Whitehair to guard. Yeah, that's how I'll do it. But I have some really, really interesting picks for you guys. You guys are... You're going to like the rookies this year, I promise. Alright, guys, so I told you we had some very, very interesting draft picks this year. We had the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 15th, 22nd, and 25th picks. The 15th was the one that I traded to the Cowboys. But with the 2nd pick, we got Deshaun Watson. 3rd pick, Mike Williams. 6th pick, Myles Garrett. 22nd pick, Dalvin Cook. And 25th pick, Jabril Peppers. And Watson was actually the #1 best player in the draft. Peppers was 2. I think Williams was like 10. Garrett was like 20. I don't remember Cook. But I feel a little weird making Myles Garrett be my pick at 6, but there's not really another player that plays that position that would be taken that high in this draft, so I'm just going to go with it. So that was our draft. Pretty great draft, to be honest. Wasn't really expecting to have so many quality players, well, I know I did just have Mike Williams in the last rebuild too, but he was kind of the best receiver there, and I don't think that there's another receiver of that type in the draft. There's what's his name, Corey Davis? There's Corey someone. He's supposed to be really good, but I haven't seen much of him. But the rookies we got are pretty exciting prospects, so hopefully they'll be able to actually do well. But I'm going to look and see if there's any trades I want to make before I get into season number 2. So with the first trade of season number 2, we're going to be trading, I don't know this guy's first name, left outside linebacker McCray, and a 3rd-round pick to the Ravens for Marshall Yanda. I know how the O-line is going to work out now. I moved, Zach Martin to left tackle. Yanda, I guess he can stay at left guard. Frederick is staying at center, and then Whitehair can move to right guard after that. So we just need a tackle now, and I think I'm going to go back and look at the Titans and see if they want to give me Jack Conklin, even though I get him all the time, but I'm going to try to work out a trade for him. So we're going to send them Quentin Dial, Albert Wilson, and a 3rd-round pick for Jack Conklin. So the O-line is now completely set. I just need to change Whitehair's position to right guard, and it'll be complete. So with this trade, we're going to be sending Matt Tobin, Trent Brown, and a 1st-round pick to the Seahawks for Bobby Wagner. The reason I'm doing this is I switched my scheme to a 3-4. So we're going to have Bobby Wagner and Navarro Bowman manning the middle linebacker spots, Myles Garrett and Aaron Lynch on the outside, and then I just need to get a D tackle, and the front 7 will be pretty much set, I think. Secondary needs a ton of work still. The only person that's really safe is Peppers. I would like to keep Rashard Robinson to put in the nickel, but other than that, it definitely needs work. I'd also like to add another receiver and a tight end as well, so still got more trades to make, so I will come back with you guys. So we're going to be sending the Jets Eli Harold and a 3rd-round pick for Leonard Williams, so he's going to be our starting D tackle. I'm going to have to make some moves here to be able to get the corner I want. Oh, man. So I had to stop my recording for a minute, and I knew this was going to happen, but I forgot to start it again. So I made one trade, I think, for Austin Pazdur. Oh shit, did I do the Bradford thing? I don't remember if you guys saw me trade for Sam Bradford and then realized that I couldn't trade for the player I wanted with him and then trade him away for a future first from the Rams. So if you didn't see that, that's what happened. So I decided that since it's so ridiculously easy to trade 4 linebackers in this game compared to secondary, I'm going to trade away Navarro Bowman. I'm going to send him a 1st-round and a 2nd-round pick to the Chiefs for Eric Berry. So now we need another middle linebacker, but I have one in mind. Why is it so easy to trade for Luke Kuechly? I will never understand it. I mean, I'll take it, but It's the easiest thing ever, I swear. So this is going to be all I do to the roster for this year. I think I need another draft to kind of develop some more depth on the team before I can really make some crazier trades. But I just don't have a lot going on. Like, all we really have solidified is our starters, and even in some places our starters are trash. So we still have a ways to go with this rebuild, but we do still have another season and a half after this. So hopefully it'll go well. So here at the midseason mark, we're actually sitting at 3-4, which is a slight improvement over last year. The Seahawks are 7-1 now, and the Rams are 1-7, which is kind of crazy. We have 4 players to re-sign, including Tyler Eifert and Aaron Lynch. Eifert actually wants quite a lot of money, but we have enough money to give it to him, so okay. Aaron Lynch, I would like to re-sign. He's up to quick development. I was not aware of that. The rest of these guys, I'm not worried about, though. So I will try to get those guys re-signed and scout some players, and I'll submit to the playoffs. So here at the playoffs, we definitely did not make it. We ended up going 8-8, though. Big improvement over last year. We have a lot of XP. Let's take a look at stats, see how our rookies did. Deshaun Watson, 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 12 picks. That might be enough for Rookie of the Year, although he didn't have a ton of XP. Dalvin Cook must just suck because that O-line is pretty damn great. Only 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns with 3.2 yards per carry. That's ridiculous. Receiving, Michael Thomas led the team, 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. And Tyler Eifert, 650 and 3 touchdowns. Blocking, had Zach Martin led up 10 sacks. Defense was led by Luke Kuechly with 134 tackles. Tackles for loss, led by Leonard Williams with 16. And sacks were led by DeForest Buckner with 10.5. Interceptions led by Rashard Robinson with 4. Kuechly and Barry both had 3. And did we have any defensive touchdowns? We did not. So let's take a look at awards. Matt Ryan wins MVP. Do we have any Niners up here? We did not. Coach of the Year, I highly doubt it. NFC, Offensive Player of the Year goes to Matt Ryan, of course. Any Niners? No. Defensive Player of the Year, Luke Kuechly just missed out. Anybody else? Nope. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Wow, look at that. That's ridiculous. That was another quarterback. He was projected to go later in the first round, I think, but that sucks that we didn't get it. We had 3 guys in the top 4, and we did not win it. Myles Garrett, though, does win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jabril Peppers comes in 3rd, and that's it. So I'll use some XP and advance onto the offseason. So here in free agency, we are actually going to sign Kyle Fuller, Alton Smith, and Drew Brees. You guys are going to see what I'm going to do. I'm about to fuck my cap, but I needed some trade bait. I swear to God, what's his name? Marcus Peters is absolutely impossible to trade for some reason. But I'm going to send Drew Brees, a 4th-round pick, and a 1st-round pick next year to the Chargers for Jason Verrett. So we get a decent corner in return. Corner situation is not nearly as bad as it was. We got Jason Verrett, Kyle Fuller, and Rashard Robinson as the nickel corner. So, I mean, it could be improved, but it's not nearly as dire as it was this past season. And I still have a few first-round picks, and there does seem to be some nice corners in the draft, so I'm going to look into that. As far as the rest of the team goes, I really want another receiver. O-line is set. Obviously, D-line, I could use a better left end, and I could also use... Actually, I could just keep Alden Smith. Considering the cap hit, yeah, I'm just going to keep Alden Smith. But Aaron Lynch can get traded now. So with this trade, we're going to send Aaron Lynch, a 1st-round pick and a 3rd-round pick, to the Saints for Brandon Cooks, who is somehow up to a 97 overall. So the offense is, like, basically perfect. I wish Dalvin Cook was a bit better. May need to look into trading for a better running back. Actually, no. I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep all my rookies. I'm going to stick with them because I believe in them. So I'm not going to trade any of the rookies I drafted last year. And I think that's going to be something that I continue doing with my rebuilds is whatever real-life rookies, I'm going to hold on to them. So Dalvin Cook, I'm going to keep. He could be my backup running back. That's a possibility, but I'm not going to trade him. But aside from that, offense is pretty set. I could use a better left end, like I said. So I'm going to look into that and then go ahead and go to the draft. Wow, okay, I was not expecting that. So Eric Armstead straight up from Mike Daniels from the Packers is going to go through. I was not expecting that whatsoever. But I'm going to move Daniels to left end. And then Buckner can stay at right end. So that situation's sorted out at least. Well, I signed these two guys in free agency, and I'm going to end up trading Silatolu, McGill, and a first-round pick for Ezekiel Elliott. So I only have one first-round pick left this year. But the offense is nice. Like, we got Zeke and Dalvin Cook in the backfield. O-line is very nice, as it has been. And Zeke's got 25,000 XP, too. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to use that. And the defense is, I still feel like it's a little shaky. But hopefully it'll be good enough after the draft that we can win a championship next year. So here at the draft, this is the corner that I'm going to take, Jermichael Reinhardt, and we're going to see if he's any good. He's number 12, only 79 overall normal development. He's not bad, though. Just a little bit overdrafted, which is unfortunate, but I think I may actually try to trade back up into the first round. So, yeah, I'm going to try to do that. So I ended up trading Rashard Robinson, a fourth and a fifth round pick to get back into the first round. And looking at this receiver, like, I want to take him, but like the receiver's already pretty stacked. Running back, this guy looks so good, but we already have Zeke and Dalvin Cook. I don't even know why I did this at this point, but I'm gonna take somebody. Actually, I could probably just trade this down. I could get a first round pick next year. Oh, it's lit. Oh, it's so lit. I'm taking that. So if I need to, I can make a trade at the start of season number 3. But that's going to be it for the draft. So I'll see you guys at the start of season number 3. With this trade, I'm going to send 2 fourth-round picks to the Ravens for Justin Tucker, because we don't have a kicker, and Tucker's actually the best kicker in the league at this point. So pretty good match, in my opinion. Fucking shit. So here at the midseason, we're 3-4, which is... The whole NFC West is just terrible, apparently. We just lost to the Rams. That sucks. Alright, well, I mean, we do have some XP to use, so I guess I'll use this. And then I'll just go ahead and go to the playoffs. So here in the playoffs, we end up going 10-6, and we win the division. So let's take a look at stats and see how we did. Deshaun Watson, 4,500 yards, 44 touchdowns, 17 picks. Pretty nice year out of him. Zeke, 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook, 500 yards, 6 touchdowns. Receiving, Brandon Cooks, almost 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. Michael Thomas, 850 and 5 touchdowns. Tyler Eifert, 709 touchdowns. And Mike Williams, 912 touchdowns. As for blocking, Zach Martin's still letting up a lot of sacks. Luke Kuechly led the team. What the fuck? Well, somebody's trying to steal my my PSN account. That's nice. But anyway, Luke Kuechly led the team in tackles with 122. Tackles for loss was led by Leonard Williams with 14, and sacks was led by DeForest Buckner with 9. As for interceptions, Luke Kuechly with 6, Kyle Fuller with 3, Jason Verrett with 2. Do we have any TDs? We did not. As for awards, though, Devontae Freeman wins MVP. I was considering trading for him, but I decided to go with Zeke. Deshaun Watson comes in 5th, and that's it. Did we get anywhere for Coach of the Year? No? Okay. So Offensive Player of the Year, of course, goes to Devontae Freeman. Watson comes in 4th. Zeke comes in 8th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Jalen Smith. I was going to trade for him at one point, but they were asking a lot. Luke Kuechly comes in 6th, though, and that's it. Offensive Rookie, we did not have any offensive rookies. Defensive Rookie goes to some guy on the Panthers, and our rookie was in 6th. All right, so hopefully we have quite a bit of XP to spend. That would be very helpful. And we do. We have quite a bit, it looks like. So I'm going to spend all this XP, and then we'll get into the wild card matchup. So here in the wild card round, taking on the 10-5-1, 88 overall Green Bay Packers, we're at 93. I'm just hoping that we can win this game. So coming up on halftime here, we currently have a 20-6 lead, and we got stopped at the goal line, but it's looking good. 27-9, okay. And we're going to win this game, so we're going to move on to the divisional round. This is our first year in the playoffs, actually. Damn, Watson didn't do all that great, but hopefully we can make it to a Super Bowl. That would just that'd be great. So here in the divisional round of the playoffs, we're going to be taking on the 12-4 New Orleans Saints, who don't have Brandon Cooks anymore. We kind of stole him from them. So we're up to a 94 overall, and they're at an 85. I think we should be able to win this game. I don't know how they went 12-4, but when I looked at the roster when I traded for Cooks, it didn't seem 12-4 worthy. So coming up on halftime, start of the third quarter actually. It's been a close game throughout. We're currently up 29-10 though. Looks like we're gonna win, and yeah, we're gonna win. So yeah, it was a close game till about halftime. Then second half we kind of came out and took it from them. They have a rookie quarterback. I didn't even scout that guy last year. Zeke went off though. Defensively, we didn't really do much. Jabril Peppers did get a pick, but we are moving on to the conference championship. So here in the conference championship, this game actually makes me nervous. Going up against the 12-4 Atlanta Falcons, they have the last 2 MVPs on their team with Matt Ryan. I think Matt Ryan won it last year. I'm pretty sure he did, but Devontae Freeman won it this year. They're an 88 overall. We'll see how this game goes. So coming up on halftime here, oh man, it's been a close game. We're currently tied at 21. We kick a field goal. They kick a field goal. Oh man. Okay. We managed to kick a field goal though, and we win the game by 3. We move on to the Super Bowl in year number 3. Watson is, God, what is he doing? He threw a pick. Not a lot of yards. Zeke, oh my God, Zeke. 241 yards, 4 touchdowns from Ezekiel Elliott. That is ridiculous. I feel like, yeah, this was Luke Kuechly and Keanu Neal got picks. Damn, Zeke, though. That's crazy. I'd just like to quickly point out, we have a 99 offense and a 97 defense. I don't know how the hell this team went 10-6 in the regular season. Just absolutely doesn't make sense that a team this good only won 10 games. So in the Super Bowl, we're going to be taking on the 13-3 San Diego Chargers, now the Los Angeles Chargers, but they're an 85 overall. We're still at 94. After we beat the Falcons, I'm pretty confident that we're going to be able to beat the Chargers and become Super Bowl champions. So coming up on the end of the first half of the Super Bowl, we're currently up 17-3. We score again, 24-3. Start of the fourth quarter. Now we score again. We're gonna win this game, baby. We're gonna be Super Bowl champs. Hell yes, we blow out the Chargers in the Super Bowl. So we do end up winning it all in year number 3, which is pretty great. I was a little cautious. Well, maybe not cautious, but I didn't really know for sure if I was gonna win a Super Bowl with the Niners, with the amount of just crap talent that they have in their team at the moment. But Zeke went off again, 181 yards and 3 touchdowns. Who got the touchdowns? Michael Thomas and Mike Williams both had a touchdown. Defensively, Alden Smith and DeForest Buckner had half a sack, and there were no picks thrown. So Good game. Really good game, especially out of our offense. But yeah, like I said, I was like looking at the roster in year number one. I was like, there's nothing here. It's just so barren. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think it's, in my opinion, the Niners are the worst team in the NFL. Like, they have less talent on their roster than the Cleveland Browns, and that's saying something. So, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys want to see the final roster, just pause the video here. I'll move it to the defense now. But luckily, I was able to pull out a Super Bowl win. But yeah, I don't know how we went 10-6 this year. Like, our team was so good. But hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, please leave a like. It helps me out so much. And let me know if you guys have any suggestions on what other teams you'd like to see me do. And if we could get 50 likes for this video, I'd be very happy with that. I know you guys will probably smash it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.